you know, you want it to last and you want to love it, and I didn't love it. So rather than unraveling or frogging the whole thing, I wanted to figure out a way to elevate it. Hello and welcome to Ruka Knits. My name is Marketa. A couple of days ago I shared the Novice Cardigan by Petiteknit that I had made. Basically I made it and then I realized I didn't really need another basic or simple cardigan in my closet. As you can see, I tend to do a lot of simple things. And I wanted to change it or elevate it. Normally when I go shopping for something that I want to invest in, I have sort of two categories, and I've been thinking about this a lot. Either it has to be in a really cool color, obviously that's flattering because I've made that mistake, or it has to have some kind of an interesting detail that is worth the price. Knitting something yourself, there's a lot of time investment and investment in the beautiful yarn. I used the Camaro Snaff Nug for this, held together with a Kid Seda mohair. So, you know, you want it to last and you want to love it, and I didn't love it. So rather than unraveling or frogging the whole thing, I wanted to figure out a way to elevate it. And what I ended up deciding on was adding embroidery to the top of the sweater using the same color yarn, because I think using the same color yarn makes it feel like it belongs. This technique is actually very easy. It's called a lazy daisy because it's simple, and a French knot to make the little baubles in the center. And I marked the spots. I mean, I did deviate a little bit as you go. You tend to kind of adjust on the fly. And the inspiration for this actually came from a Eula Johnson sweater that I've had pinned for a couple of years because it's absolutely stunning, and added very similar embroidery to this cardigan. And I think it really elevates it, makes it a piece that's kind of a showstopper on its own, definitely not basic anymore. And hang on, I have to blow my nose. Sorry about that. It's winter and I feel like old age and winter don't mix. Constant runny nose. Anyway, the one thing I did do though is I replaced the 1x1 rib with a double knitted band. It's a bit bulkier than the 1x1 rib, and I felt that that kind of balanced out all of the sort of heaviness of the embroidery that was added to the cardigan. And I really love how it turned out. I got a few questions about how to do the embroidery, so I thought I'd show you. I'll do a little tutorial. I will caveat saying that it was a bit finicky doing the French knot because the holes are quite large in the stitching. So you kind of have to fiddle with it a little bit, because what ends up happening is you put the needle through and the entire bauble just goes right through the knit stitch. Anyway, let's get started. Let me show you how to do these. I actually created two different types of lazy daisies, so let's start with the small one. Using a tapestry needle, you insert the yarn from the back to the front, and then you're going to use the center hole repeatedly. So insert the needle and bring it back out, essentially wherever you'd like the petal length to be, and secure the yarn along the front with your thumb just to hold it in place. And then you're going to insert that needle one stitch above that petal to create a little loop and secure it into place, bringing the tapestry needle back through that center hole. And then you're going to insert the needle again through that center hole, back up to wherever you'd like the length of the petal to be, wrapping the yarn around the needle and pulling it forward, just again holding the yarn with your thumb. And then again securing it with a little loop by going through a stitch above the stitch you just came out. And again back out through the center hole. And you're going to keep repeating this in a circle all the way around, creating as many petals as you'd like. Okay, let's take a look at the larger lazy daisy with the French knot center next. I do suggest using a very small tapestry needle for the French knots. The main difference in creating the larger flower is you will not be making the petals through the same center hole. You will need to leave 4 stitches, 2 up and 2 across, to leave room for those French knots. And you're going to take your tapestry needle and wrap the yarn around it as many times as you'd like. The more times you wrap the yarn, the bigger the bauble will be. And when you're happy, I've done quite a few here. And this is where it's going to get a bit finicky with this large chunky knit version. You thread the needle back through one of the stitches in the center. And I've had to coax all these little loops to stay on the outside, because as I mentioned, they'll just go right through the large knit stitch. So I've coaxed them off the needle, and then I pull the yarn through in the back, leaving the bauble on the front. I'm just gonna coax this a little bit. There we go, pull the yarn through, and that creates a little French knot, that little bauble in the front, just like that. And then you can just go ahead and secure all the yarn in the back. And there you go, an embroidered novice cardigan. I've made 3 large lazy daisies and 3 small ones on either side. So there you have it. That's how you can add your own embroidered lazy daisies to anything, whether it's something you've knit yourself, bought in the store, or maybe even a sweatshirt. Anything you think needs to be elevated, or maybe even something that you've kind of grown bored of. That might be a nice thing to try on, actually. Thanks for joining, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I'll see you next time.